I don't think there's any need to emphasize the importance of this axis of roads, especially the Katabu Bridge and this Tekina Mokwa-Jeba road. It's an absolutely important road from point of view of movement of goods and services, and in particular, as you pointed out, petrol tankers and all that. That's one of the reasons why I'm here, why the Honourable Minister is here, because we think that this just has to be done as expeditiously as possible. And we have assurances from the contractor. As a matter of fact, we've had a fairly long conversation with him, looked at all the logistics. There's some difficulty with moving materials from Jeba here because he needs to bring stones and other materials here. There's some difficulty with that on account of the fact that the bridge collapsed. So that is slowing down things, but we expect that very, very shortly. We're hoping that this, at least it should become passable. The alternative road should become passable in another fortnight or so. We're hoping that that will be done. And we've also tried to see how, with the help of the FRSC, better movement of goods and materials, I beg your pardon, can come here for work here. So we're looking at that possibility as well, and looking at all various options of bringing the materials as quickly as possible here. And I think that everyone is committed, everyone is committed to making sure it happens. As you see, the FRSC is here, the police, there's adequate security, the contractor is fully mobilized, ready to go. So I think that we shouldn't have any difficulty with ensuring that the work is done within a fortnight.
Also, to expand the discussion a little further, Mark will guide us on that. Go ahead, please.
Thank you, Chamberlain. Well, I'm sure definitely you listened to the acting president there, Professor Yemi Oshibajo, talking about the state of the Mokwa-Jeba Bridge. Well, but focus on the fact that we have 3 trillion naira infrastructure deficit. And how do we begin to meet and bridge this gap? Joining us now to discuss this is Dr. Joshua Olorin-Kia, who is a building information management professional. You're welcome to Sunrise Daily.
Thank you for having me.
Well, that's what we heard. 3 trillion naira is how much we need to bridge the infrastructure gap. I mean, that's not even minding the fact that the Mokwa-Jeba bridge is bad and the fact that we're not maintaining the ones that we currently have. Just building new ones to ensure that the ones we have last longer and we're able to transport things quicker and faster across the country is a major challenge. What are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, to start with, I think that figure for me is not realistic.
It's not?
Yeah, it's pretty underestimated. Based on my recent studies, I found out that we needed about $57.7 billion US.
Wow.
As at today. And that amount is expected to be increasing on a yearly basis by $4.5 billion. And as you know, infrastructure is germane to economic development. Mm-hmm. And when we look at the status of infrastructure that we have today, in my own personal opinion, we have not even started. Recently, I made a presentation on the status of abandoned projects in Nigeria. Mm-hmm. As of today, we have over 56,000 capital projects abandoned all over the country. Now, if you are not talking about bridging the infrastructure gap, are we talking about having a look at the one that we have on the ground or the new one? And before we can go on to build new ones, we need to address the one that we've even abandoned. Just a case in point before we even go into the infrastructure project, there are some projects in this country that has been on the table for like 30 years. For instance, the National Library in Abuja was designed in 1981. I was still in primary school. The contract was awarded in 2002 for 8 billion naira. As at today, the project cost is about 40 billion, and the project is still there lying fallow. When that project was awarded in 2002, nothing happened until 2006, 4 years after. In my opinion, one can assume maybe they're trying to look for the money so that once they start the project can go on. Eventually, they invited the contract. The contract was awarded in 2006. Here we are in 2017, 11 years down the line. the project is still in the same status. And when we now look at it, that project can still fulfill the purpose with which it was designed several years ago? For me, the answer is no.
Why?
Yeah, because a lot of things have changed. There have been a lot of technological advancement. So at the end of the day, some remodeling or so will have to be done in order for that project to fulfill the intention of that. And another quick one, I was watching your program some couple of weeks back about a water project in Osun, between where they were the state house.
Yeah, the House of Reps had gone on an oversight function.
Yes. Yeah. For me, when I look at the whole thing, at the end of the day, I was of the opinion that the contractor is not to be blamed, neither the parties, the Oyo and Osun. Because for a project to be designed, a lot of parameters will have to be taken into consideration before they proceed with the design. How come a project of that nature was completed and commissioned and not working? It means something has gone amiss somewhere. And part of those things has to do with our planning. In Nigeria, we don't like process. We don't like procedure. And we want solutions. We want answers. It doesn't work that way. So when we look at the infrastructure deficit as they put it today, I think a few days ago, my institute released a communique in Lagos that we needed about 3 trillion annually for infrastructure